day, good morning, good afternoon, everybody, wherever you are at home, whether you're walking around or you are in your car. Here we are again, Sleep Not TV in diaspora. My name is Bongi Tletnes, and today we are having a panel. As you know, we're having a Afro political panel, but then today is all about tourism. As you know, we're having the honorable here with us, and it's Honorable Kehinde. He's going to tell us more things about tourism. And I have my co-host Angel Powe and Ayanda Mila. How are you, everybody?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good
Thank you.
afternoon.
Good
Hi.
afternoon.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are all set and we are all good. And it's Sleep Not TV in diaspora. The online TV station that brings Africans together to be able to appreciate their achievement and to also celebrate them. And here, my name is Bongi Tletnes. Again, we are Afro political channel that is actually discussing different things on tourism. Say, I'm going to start with you. I'm going to start with you as we are going to ask different questions. I know even my panel, my panelists there and my co-hosts, they are ready to be asking you different questions. First of all, before we go anywhere, Honorable, I want to ask you this question. What is the purpose of tourism exactly in diaspora and all over Africa? What is the purpose?
The Purple, good afternoon once again.
Af-
Good afternoon, everybody listening to me across the globe. When we talk of tourism,
Yes.
is once you leave your house and you go to a particular place and you spend more than a day there, even a day, you are a tourist. And as women, it's not possible to sit down just in one place. We need to move, either for business, for pleasure, or for some other things. We need to move from one place to another. And once you do that, you are a tourist. And that is the purpose of tourism. And when you look at tourism, the purpose is enormous because most countries depends on tourism now, increase their GDP. And that is why we should do everything humanly possible to promote it and nurture it to something good. So that's the purpose of tourism.
So it means it's good for people to be touring around and moving around to know different countries and also to tour in terms of economy. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's business wise.
Business wise, yeah. Okay. But then I know my co-hosts also want to say something. I want to start with Angel. Angel, what is it that you want to ask Honorable Kehinde?
Not thank you so much. Not really to ask, but to just add on what he said. I mean, tourism also adds to our overall. It boosts the revenue of whatever country that you go to. We're looking at that. Let's look at the bright side of things. It also creates jobs. I remember 2010 in South Africa when we hosted the World Cup. So many people had jobs. Everybody literally wanted to sell something. So that is tourism, and it adds to what he was saying as well. It boosts jobs, it creates infrastructure. I mean, each and every country, when we know we're gonna have a lot of people coming in, like for an example, going back to 2010, South Africa, we did so much just to prepare for people to come through. So that's what I wanted to add for now.
Oh yeah, okay. But you don't have any question for him?
Not yet.
Okay. And Ayanda, what can you say, Ayanda Mila?
Hi, welcome, Honorable Kehinde. And
Thank
I'm
you.
from the Afro Caribbean. What interests you to have that, relationship with tourism with the Afro Caribbean? One, as well, what are the three elements basically of tourism? But basically 5 elements of tourism. Could you share with us?
Yes, when we talk of 3 elements of tourism, we talk of domestic tourism, which most countries of the world are putting all their efforts on, because when you develop tourism domestically, it creates employment, like Angel rightly said, and then it not only creates employment alone, it boosts the image of that particular community, and then it makes the people of that community to feel at home, to synergize and know more people. That is why we talk of domestic tourism. And the second one is inbound tourism. Inbound tourism is when you, for example, now, Angel in South Africa now thought it was, let me come to France.
Mm-hmm.
Inbound. When you leave your country and you spend, that's the United Nations World Tourism definition, and you spend, up to a month, that is inbound. You move from your country to another place, either for leisure, either for any other business activities, that is inbound tourism. Then outbound tourism. Outbound tourism is the other side of inbound tourism, It's still the same thing. For example, somebody in US, within the United States of America, you move from Texas to another, place, in the United States, that is, you are still talking of inbound, outbound tourism. Mr. Femi?
Yes, we're hearing you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm still hearing you. You just don't see your face, but then you can continue, sir. Yes, sir.
Their strength on. Some countries are doing well.
Okay.
Even in Africa. When you talk of tourism, you talk of go to Tanzania. When you talk of go to South Africa. When you talk of Gambia and some other countries. Right thinking government should do everything, to promote tourism now. Because apart from generating jobs, apart from increasing the GDP, it's a whole lot of things. Because we need to know each other. It's not just being in Africa alone. We need to tour Europe. We need to tour the Caribbeans. Let's see our brothers and sisters in Caribbean. Let's exchange ideas. Let's do business together. All those things we are doing, if we do it right, we are promoting tourism.
Wow, so it's a very encouraging, and also I believe that people out there, they will start touring a lot from now on, because it boosts us all. It helps all of us. It helps us all in diaspora and the whole Africa. So it is important for us to get to know each other, have that relationship, to be able to travel to each other's countries, for us to actually have the boost in economy, and also in the in terms of in terms of economy, of course, because that's the main thing that I believe that is the most important thing in all the countries, is to benefit from tourism or from touring around. So I want to understand, but then before then, I think we have to get to a short break, and then we'll be asking more questions. I know that my co-hosts also have a lot of questions for you, and it's so interesting already to hear more about tourism. There's still a lot to hear. My name is Bongi Tlatnes. We're just going to go to a short break, and we are still Clevenard TV in Diaspora.
Clevenard in Diaspora Television is an internet online TV service. What sets us apart is a unique combination of hit African content, first and exclusive international free movies, series, musics, news, events, documentaries, tourism, teleshopping shows, youth TV programs, and live interviews. Clevenard Diaspora Television is available throughout sub-Saharan Africa and to the diaspora markets worldwide. Take your entertainment with you wherever you go. Watch on your smartphone, tablet, laptop, smart TV, depending on your device. Watch free movies with Clevenard Movies Television. Stop searching for free movies websites and watch Clevenard Movies Television. Watch your favorite African shows anywhere at any time. Don't forget to check out our top 5 TV channels created to get you informed. TV1, Clevenard in Diaspora Television. TV2, Clevenard Youth Television. TV3, Clevenard Movies Television. TV4, Clevenard Teleshopping Television. TV5, Clevenard Tourism Television. To start watching, sign up at www.clevenard.com and follow the easy steps. Once you're done, log into the Clevenard website or app on your device, click on any one of our 5 TV channels, and hit play. We will be very satisfied and happy to welcome you to our team as one of our new business partners. Contact info@clevenard.com +34 631 279811. Website www.clevenard.com.
Welcome back. Tell a friend to tell a friend that Slipknot TV in Diaspora is on, and to sign up and encourage your friends to sign up. We are back from the break and we are still with Honorable Kehinde with the tourism issues and tourism things around it, and all things we need to hear about tourism, and all the encouraging statements and encouraging news, encouraging everything about tourism. I'm very excited. I'm not a tourist. I don't tour a lot, but definitely I want to start. Like now you're giving me that thing, Honorable Kehinde, to always tour, and I'm excited that there's a benefit in tourism. So definitely you are seeing me in your country very soon. Yes. How is everybody again since we're coming from a break? My co-host, I know they're ready to ask you a question. I know you are good, and I know everybody said. Angel, what can you ask? A very important question that you feel like it's important for the people out there that you can ask Honorable Kehinde.
Honorable Kehinde, let me just repeat again and say that we are very honored to have you here. I think while we were on break, I asked you a question as to, I was saying that you must be traveling a lot, and because of the work that you do. I mean, I do try to travel a lot, but mostly in African countries. I mean, this year I'm trying to go out of Africa a bit. I mean, so with regards to the topic at hand, what is, the city that largely contributes to tourism, according to you?
Well, that question, to some extent, I'm going to answer that question diplomatically.
Okay.
Because as an African, if I'm to choose, I will choose an African country. And that country I want to choose is no other country than Tanzania. And Zanzibar is doing a whole lot.
That's true.
In tourism development. I was there last year and I saw what is happening there. Apart from tourists coming to Zanzibar, their artwork is one of the best in the world. You see young Zanzibarians, going into art and crafts, doing it in a massive way, so that tourists can buy and take things home. Zanzibar is doing a whole lot, and not only that alone, we have some other countries too. When you visit Arusha is in Tanzania too. It's another good place in Africa that people can go and then go with your family. African countries are doing a whole lot. We talk of South Africa is a tourist country.
Yeah.
We talk of Rwanda now. Rwanda is standing up to show their, this thing in Africa. I think of recent, Rwanda was mentioned as the most cleanest country in Africa. We will get there. It's a gradual process. So if I'm to choose a country, I don't want to be. So I'm in Paris now. I left Madrid, Spain, some days ago. I was in Barcelona. I've been to some other countries too. I was in Qatar. Those countries, are known to be tourists. When you go to Hawaii, you go to somewhere. But what we have in Africa is original.
Mm-hmm.
And that originality, I believe, should propel us to greatness.
Yes.
What is in Africa there are some things in Africa you can't find in any part of the world.
Let's sell on your behalf. If your item sells on our web shop, You pay a 10% commission plus the transaction fees, and you get the rest. Register now at www.shop.clevenard.com. Start uploading your product and services. We can really sell it on your behalf so you can carry on working on the things important to you. Are you looking to sell any type of product or service and you want to avoid the hassle involved? Selling can be an arduous and time-consuming process. At Clevenard Super Shop, we will be happy to take over the workload of promoting or selling your products or services. All you need to do is to register at www.shop.clevenard.com, enter your shop or vendor information, and then start uploading your product and services. We will do the selling. Now, be ready to get more sales and awareness. Start making more money from your business with Clevenard Super Shop by partnering with us today.
But I know that you understand. You are watching here there at home. Yes, we are still with Honorable Kahinde, and he's taking us through to tourism and whatever that we need to hear and understand about it, and also to encourage us to tour more. And then where were we, Mr. Kahinde? Were you still
Yes,
continuing to explain? I believe here.
Yes, yes. I was talking about creating a kind of synergy with other countries of the world. Don't say because you are in Africa, you should stay put in Africa. There's need for us as Africans to explore other culture, other economies of the world. And that is why we are talking of the Caribbeans, talk of Trinidad, talk of Cuba, Jamaica, Havana, and so many other countries in the Caribbeans. Because we look at them, they are our brothers and sisters. There's no way we can push them away, because when you look at African and the Caribbeans, they share common ties.
Yeah, true.
These are based on shared history, cultural orientation, and sense of identity, forced by slave trade, which possibly relocated more than 10 million Africans to the New World. And our brothers and sisters are there. Even mere looking at them, you know that they are part of you. And that is why, as Africans, our second home should be Caribbeans.
Yeah.
We shouldn't push them away. Yes. They are part of us. Yes. And for this high time, for us to create that synergy between Africa and the Caribbeans, and see a way to bring some of our brothers to their ascent, to let them come back to the continent and see where they move away from. So these are things I think it's high time we start doing this.
So when you're talking Caribbean, I'm thinking of Ayana. I know she's from this side, and I know that there's a lot that she can ask you, because you are saying we have to all relate and come together and be one. I know she might be having a lot of questions right there. Ayana, what can you ask him? What can you ask the Honorable?
Thank you so much, and I really appreciate you want to come to the Caribbean. Trinidad and Tobago, we are known for carnival and a beautiful culture as well. I haven't been to Africa, so it will really be helpful for me to learn about other African countries. So, Honorable Kende, when do you plan to travel to Trinidad? Firstly, what are your plans?
Yeah, thank you very much. My plans for the Caribbeans is not just to visit once and go back. We've established an Afro-Caribbean Chamber of Culture and Tourism, which I believe will create viable synergy, not just in the area of tourism alone, but in the area of trade, in the area of culture, between these countries of the world, the two regions. My plan before, I spoke with the ambassador yesterday, Nigeria ambassador to Trinidad and Tobago. And our plan before is to come to the Caribbeans, during this festival, the carnival, But because of time frame, because of that's one of the greatest challenges that is still affecting that cross, what do you call it, tourism,
Yeah.
experience, from Africa to the Caribbean, is the issue of airline. For you to fly from Africa now to to let me say to Trinidad and
Mm-hmm.
Tobago, you have to pass either through Brazil or you go to Amsterdam. If you fly KLM, and most of these countries still ask for what do you call it, transit visa.
Mm.
Yeah.
You are not entering their country, they will still ask for transit visa. These are some of the things we are
Mm-hmm.
looking at. And I was happy yesterday when the ambassador told me direct that our own Minister of Foreign Affairs were talking to the
Mm-hmm.
minister to talk to some of these countries that since we are not entering your country, why are you asking us for
Yes.
uh,
Yes. Correct.
yeah, why are you asking
Yes.
for transit visa? And the process of transit visa is still the same process as if you want to collect normal visa.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of subjecting people to all this type of hardship,
Correct.
by the grace of God, we're working on possibility of having a direct flight from Ethiopia, from South Africa, from Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, direct to the Caribbeans. And that will happen very soon.
Very good. I
So
appreciate that.
So when we have that, a whole lot of people will leave Africa to go to Caribbean. It's not just going for carnival
Yeah.
alone, like I said
Mm-hmm.
earlier. When you talk of medical,
Correct.
Caribbean, they have one of the best medical system in
Mm-hmm.
the world. You talk of Cuban
Mm-hmm.
doctors, don't know whether they are good, but nobody's talking about
Mm-hmm.
it. Everybody wants to go to
Exactly.
America. Of recent, Nigerians are rushing to India.
mm.
So, but it's high time we start promoting what our people, what they have in that place. When we talk of not only that, even education,
Mm-hmm.
we have best good universities, in the Caribbeans. Let's open it up to our brothers and sisters in Africa. That when you go to Caribbeans to study, it's like you are home. You are in Africa. These are some of the things we are working on. So it's not just coming to carnival. So my coming, by the grace of God, I believe that this year, by the grace of God, I will come to not only Trinidad. I want to visit Cuba. I want to visit
Mm.
Jamaica. I want to
Mm.
visit Trinidad and some other uh, countries in the
Mm.
Caribbean. But it's something we are planning, and you people, by the grace of God, you people will be part of this. So that let's go there and meet Ayala, and we have 1,001 Ayala in the Caribbean that we need to meet, and there are many there. So let's meet them. Let's bring them
Right,
and
yeah.
come and see Africa. It's beautiful, and we want you people to be
Yeah.
around too.
It's so
Thank you.
exciting. It's so exciting, Honorable. I'm just thinking, even me, I can't wait to see Ayana and the other people that are side. But then, in terms of Caribbean and Africa as a whole, we need to understand the problems. Look, you said a few of them, but then don't they have other problems in terms of tourism, Caribbean and Africa together as a whole?
Yes, I've said the
Mm.
major one, which is transportation.
Okay.
You know, airline. Once we settle that
Mm-hmm.
one, the issue of visa. But we're looking at possibility of if you get to a state that an African want to travel to the Caribbeans, you will only need maybe a visa at the point of entry.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to work on that. Because with our population in Africa, we can develop Caribbeans with their expertise and a sense of they can when we come together, we benefit. It will be a win-win situation, a symbiotic relationship, which I believe will propel us to greatness. So there are so many other
Yeah.
challenges, you know, challenges in the area of thank God their languages,
Yeah.
is
I
I
agree.
think they speak English in Trinidad,
Correct. Yes.
is It's only English that you speak. You don't have any other
Well, it
language.
have Venezuelans in Trinidad, so it have Spanish as well, Spanish-speaking people
Yeah, Spanish.
with
You know,
Trinidad. So
in Cuba they speak Spanish, uh, and some other countries too. But
yes,
that will not be an issue. Somebody like us, before we travel to the Caribbeans now, we will learn with the basic
Basics.
necessary
correct.
this thing. We learn it.
Yes,
I believe when Ayala want to come to Nigeria too, she should learn how to speak some. You're coming to Lagos, you should learn some bit of Yoruba, you know,
correct.
and then go to South Africa. You should learn their at least some of their
Exactly.
languages too.
Of course.
So
No,
when we do that,
we'll teach her, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
when we do that, it will help us a lot. When we do that, I want to have friends from the Caribbeans.
Yes.
Not in Africa alone.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, because I know that a lady visited me. She came from US, a black American who has not been to Africa in her entire life. When she came and we are moving around the city of Abuja, she was like, Kenny, you don't know what you did to me. For the first time in my life, I'm in the midst of black people. Look at me. They don't look at me. Who is this person? We are together. There's no disparity. There's no But over there in America, even if I'm within my community, you still see some whites that look at me as nobody. So these are some of the things. Let's be proud. We Africans and let's say blacks across the world. Let us come together. Let's see ourselves because we have what other people don't have.
Absolutely.
I don't know whether you are seeing it the way I'm seeing it here.
Of course.
We have, but the only thing that can make us great is unity.
Unity. Yeah, true.
When we are united, and that's why most Western countries don't want unity. They don't want Africa to unite because by coming together, once we unite,
Yeah.
we'll be the greatest.
We're a threat already. Oh, true. True. So a lot could happen. Obviously, once we get united, officially not TV in diaspora is all about that. Once we unite Africans, definitely I know that we can go far, and a lot will happen to us, and we'll be able to get all the things that we've never had. We'll have all the things that we've always wanted to have, and also the unity will also help us in terms of businesses and even tourism itself. Of course, as we're talking about tourism now, we'll be able to know how to penetrate other countries without having the problem. As you're saying, you are still sorting out the issue of paperwork, how to penetrate into other countries. And that's very exciting. That's very exciting. And I don't know about you, Angel. What do you think about all other things that Honorable said?
It's very exciting. You touched something that I've been working with a lot of African parliament with regards to visas. I mean, if you're traveling from South Africa to Ghana, for an example, I don't think a visa should apply. Going to Nigeria and all of that, because we are all one, So, and you'd find that it becomes a tedious process unless if you know somebody that's in there. And also how. So I'm honestly glad that you touched the point of the visas, because it's very close to my heart, and it's something that I've been looking at for the past 6 months with every country that I go to, challenging the people that are in the right places to say, how can this be what is it that can be done? And the positive thing that I'm getting, which is amazing, is that they are honestly working on it. So even coming from you saying that there's something that you guys are looking at, that is amazing. Yes, that is incredible. So apart from just visiting other countries, with me, it's all about culture exchange between yourself as a foreigner and with the citizens of whatever country that I visit. So I'll just put a simple question so that we make things a little bit light. When I go to every country, I choose I want to experience the food. So let me challenge each and every one of us to say, when you go to a certain country, what is the one thing that you want to experience before you say, I'm going back to my home country? For me, it is definitely the food. What is yours, Ayana?
Food, because I love to eat
food. It's always
I
food.
love to try
You want to taste? Yeah. True.
Honorable?
Yes. Yeah, you're asking about cuisine, I mean?
Yes.
Yes, Africa, we have, I want to say we have one of the best food, if not the best,
Yeah.
from South Africa to Gambia to Mali. You see, our food is our food.
Yeah, that's true.
Nigeria alone, we have so many recipes, so many, you can think of. So it's just for us, with the coming, belief in Agenda 2063 of the African Union, you know, which is looking at having, eating what we produce. Wearing, look at me now. This is Adire. This is African wear, Adire, and that's what
Amazing.
you see me. That is my clothes now. If I go back to, I have so many Adires.
Yeah.
I don't, so let's promote what we have.
True.
Yeah.
In South Africa, I know you have your own
Of course.
personal wares too.
Yes.
Let's promote it. Like I said earlier, you can wear jeans. Jeans can only last. Jeans can only last for. Jeans cannot last more than 2 years. But there's a cloth in Yoruba land that we call ashoke.
Ashoke. Yes. Yes.
Ashoke can last for 1,000 years.
Wow.
From generation to generation. You can do a research on it.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing now is I cut ashoke and sew it as trouser, like jeans, wear something on top. If our guys be doing that, our artists, celebrities, let them start dressing in our own.
Wow.
I told somebody, there was a panel, I was one of the panelists, one of the workshop in Nigeria of recent, and I told the Minister of Aviation in Nigeria and then the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, MD, that they should imbibe this cloth so that our hostesses, people working in the airport, let them sew better,
Amazing.
That's great.
so that people coming from other countries, when they enter Nigeria,
We are
they see them
connected,
in
exactly. And also it's exciting for people. It must be exciting for people.
So let other African leaders imbibe this. Let's promote our own.
Yeah.
So that when other countries, when they enter Africa, they will love this.
Yes.
And from there, they will want to buy.
And
Before you know it, our GDP will increase.
Yes.
So these are some of the things. It's not only food alone.
Amazing.
We have our food, very good food across Africa, and then our fashion too is something we need to look at. You people are not dressing as Africans today, but I give it to you. Maybe next time when we're having this, I want to see you in your traditional attire.
Definitely. Honorable, you touched something. With regards to food, Africans love their food so much that people travel from country to country with banku, with any kind of food, just so that they can add it to whatever else that is from that country. So,
of course they do.
It's true.
Yeah.
When in Madrid, I've been in Madrid for the past 2 weeks now.
Yes.
I only left Madrid some days back. I've been eating foreign food. In fact, it got to a stage I said, "Oh, this thing will not make me sick." But when I got to France, one of my brother that accommodated me said, "I have African food." I said, "Eh?" And he prepare African food come and see the way I was eating, like as if I've. So our food is our
It's
food.
the best, really. It is.
There's no way we can run away
It's
from
the
it.
best.
That's true.
And in terms of taste as well, we love our taste. We want to taste. Our taste buds always are looking forward. They're always looking forward to the tasting, not something that does not have a taste. But then you go to other countries, like certain meals don't have taste, and we want the taste. Our tongues are always looking for taste. So it is so true.
Our food is very good, and I know in Trinidad and Tobago too. I Google your food. It's just like normal African food. They have banana in I don't know. I saw it
Yes.
that you use banana to do so many things.
Yes, correct. Banana
Just like
bread.
Nigeria.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's great. No, I can't wait to go to
It's
Ayana's.
called something different though, yeah? What do you guys call it?
Yeah.
It's not
Which one?
banana.
Banana, yes, we call it banana or fig. Fig,
Oh,
you can
okay.
call it fig as well. You have,
Yeah.
yes, you can have
Okay.
green fig, ripe bananas, um, kasiki, these small ones. Yes, you could also have that as well. But I want to taste the true African food.
Wow.
The difference.
It's
Yes.
exciting. We need to make it happen very soon. Honorable Kende, really, I know I'm just relying on you, especially in terms of cutting off the visas and everything, because we are one. We are Africans, and it shouldn't be difficult to get into another country. Really, I find it very ridiculous. So, and I'm very happy and I'm glad that we are now going to have something different where I can go anywhere in Africa and see my brothers and sisters there. And then what can we do actually to actually have that unity? What do you think must happen to get to that unity? Apart from the fact that you are working on that entry documentary thing, I mean document thing, but then what else? What else can be done for us to end up being united, like as Africans and also Caribbeans?
What can unite us is culture.
Wow.
In culture, in 1966, I think if I'm not mistaken, in Senegal, the first Festac was held. And the second Festac was held in Nigeria in 1977. Since that time, it was only last year that some young Africans thought it was that this thing should not die.
Hmm.
And another Festac was held in Zanzibar, which I attended. So another one is coming up in Arusha this year. So what we are saying is that culture can bring us together.
Yeah.
Because when you look at our culture, there's no difference, there's no disparity.
Yeah, not much.
It's still the same thing.
Not much.
When you go to South Africa, you still see the masquerade dancing. Go to Kenya, masquerade dancing. You go to, our way of worshiping, traditional way of worshiping, it's the same thing.
Of course, yes.
It's the same thing. It's only when the Christian comes now, they see some family will say, no, we don't want this thing again. It's in Muslim they call it shirk. In Christian way they say, no, you are going against God, So, but our heritage is our heritage. Yes. Your religion apart, culture apart. There's no way you can rule it out. Up to today, of recent, some ladies, they came from US, they did their DNA. They were told that their family house is in Osun State.
Yes.
And they traced their
Yeah.
home. When they came, the elder people in the family said, no. Before we can agree that you are our sons and daughters, there's something we need to do.
Whoa.
You people will tell, go and relax. Next tomorrow, you come out, and we are going to do test. That day came, they brought out drums, traditional drums, ancestral drums from the family. When they started beating this drum, it was like magic.
Yes.
These ladies and their brothers, they stood up the way they are dancing as if they are entangled.
Oh.
Wow.
They started dancing in before you know it. No. They now hugged them and started, all those elderly people started crying.
Wow.
They now found that their forefathers had left Nigeria. Yes.
Amazing.
And they welcome back, they were integrated back to the family. So all those things are still there.
Wow.
Some family, before a woman that got pregnant, before she can give birth or something, there are some atonement, there are some things they need to do. Whether you are a Christian or Muslim, they are still doing it up to today. These are some of the things we should not jettison. These are some of the things we should not throw away. I'm not saying you should not be a Muslim. I'm not saying you should not be a Christian.
Yes.
Your faith is your faith.
Yes.
But your heritage should be your heritage.
It's still
too.
yeah, true.
So those are things that can bring us together. If Africans, if we can promote our culture, Africans will become one because we will see ourselves. Culture will tell you don't do this. It's culture that will tell you don't go into all these nefarious activities, because if you do it, you know the consequence. All our political leaders, let them bring traditional something for them to swear before they, not Bible or Quran, that if you do this, if you steal our money or you do this, this what will happen to you. If they should swear with that, it will happen to them.
Wow.
It will.
No, you've said it all. You've said it all, Honorable Kehinde, and I'm so excited already, and I know what you mean, and I do understand what you mean, because other things, they're just our culture. Whatever we do, even if we can join other cultures or join other religions, but we'll still remain. You just said something very amazing by the story you told of the drums and all. I mean, it's amazing. It can only mean that we cannot go away from our culture no matter what. It's in our DNA, of course. It's in our DNA. There was no way they were not going to shake their bodies, because, that's who they are. They're Africans. I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
So now, before we go to short break, I just want to hear from my co-hosts if they have something to say right there.
I would just like to say, in Trinidad, we have something called Best Village, where we have, they teach African dance and drumming. And I'm a person, I've been into dancing. And when I hear drums, I cannot sit for nothing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Not even if I go in a church and I hear the drums or the sound.
Yeah.
It triggers something within my body.
Wow. Yeah.
So I really, I hope that exchange and relationship grow between the Afro-Caribbean and Africa as well.
Africa.
Yeah, true.
Because I think it's in my blood. Well, I know that.
No, of course, there's no any other way.
Yes.
As Africans, like it's in our blood. Dancing, when it comes to dance, like the whole Africa is for us. It's just for us. Dancing is just who we are as Africans and Caribbeans, because you Caribbeans, you are part of us, whether you like it or not. You are part of.
Do you think Michael Jackson just became famous? It's African blood.
African.
All those dancing and everything, it's African blood.
Yeah.
We are known for it's our home.
Yeah.
We can't win it out. And then when you are talking of Africans, it's not just dancing alone. We are good in everything.
A lot, yes.
Mommy became the best boxer.
Wow.
Is an African. And so many other people like
Honorable Kehinde, as you took like this, hence I once said that we are a threat to the Westerns. We are a threat to the Westerns. There's a lot that we can do. There's a lot that we can do to change, to bring change into Africa, to bring change into Caribbean. We can do a lot with what we have. And what we have is so amazing. What we have is so amazing, and it's already a threat to other countries outside. Hence, there's a control. Hence there's a control. Hence they want us to not do all of that, because they know the potential. So now it's time for Africans to be united and to be one and to visit each other, so that we can learn from each other. And learning from each other, it might bring something out of all of that. And that way, we'll be able then to be the power house maybe that we're supposed to be, or the power force in Africa and Caribbean and throughout, maybe even for the diaspora as well. So it is very, very important for a lot of things to happen and a lot of change. We need to erase the narrative. We have to make sure that we are one, we unite and stop calling each other names. And continue to visit each other's countries for us to actually have that unity. Let's just now go to a short break, and I'm very excited to be asking you more questions. And I know that my co-hosts also want to ask just before we close, because we left a few minutes before we close, but I know there's still a lot that they would want to ask you for us to close at a very good note before we close, so that we will know more from you. But right now it's time for a short break. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Hello there. Looking for an African movie? Search no further. Cleveland African Movies TV is here for you. We are dedicated to the acceleration of African films, TV series, documentaries, and lots more. Explore our movies at home or on the go. Cleveland Movies is free to watch on cleveland.com. Don't miss this opportunity. Hurry now. Sign up and subscribe today.
Discussion with my panelists, and also we are having a very special guest is Honorable Kehinde. We're talking all tourism, but then we're about to close. I don't know if you've invited someone to sign up to be able to hear this topic we are having right here on Cleveland TV Diaspora. But if you didn't, you can still go back as you sign up and see more of these videos. We are back from a break, and there are questions that we want to ask you, Honorable, as we are still continuing and we're about to conclude. I know that my co-hosts have questions. What do you want to ask, Ayana?
Sure, thank you. How does tourism affect culture, Honorable?
Yeah, thank you. You see, culture and tourism, they are interwoven. They are like Siamese twins. There's no way you practice culture without tourism. Because when we talk of culture, all those cultural sites that we've mentioned, and more are still coming up, because there's no family in Africa that don't have their own cultural sites.
Sure.
It's just for us to develop it and let people know about it. Religion or no religion, our cultural site is still there. The culture and tourism, culture is a vehicle that promotes tourism.
Wow.
Okay.
Because people that, even if you visit Dubai, they will still take you to some places of their cultural heritage. And,
yes.
I've seen a whole lot in Paris. I saw a lot in Spain. They still keep their culture.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
There's a place I want to enter in Spain. That's in Madrid. Everybody, we have to remove our shoes. Yes.
Okay.
There's a place I saw in Barcelona that they wrote Olong something. I was so curious. I want to see what they are doing in there. And they allow me in. I saw the way they are worshiping.
Wow.
It's still there.
Wow.
When you look at that, because when we say Olong, you are talking of, that is Yoruba. So that is Yoruba. Olong means God in Yoruba language.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So they now wrote Olong Barcelona. When I saw the Olong, I went and they allowed me to enter. I saw what they are doing there. So all these things, they work hand in hand. You cannot do tourism without developing your culture.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way you can have culture without tourism, because people want to visit that place.
Exactly.
So they are improving.
Yes.
They work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Angel?
Thank you so much. Wow, that is very true. I think a lot of us, or actually all of us, we've been noting while you're answering that question. So our last question will be, what is your vision for Africa and Afro-Caribbean tourism sector? Like, what is your vision from maybe this year into the years to come?
Yes, my mission. Let me say our mission, because it's not my own alone now.
True.
We're going to do this Afro-Caribbean something together.
Mm-hmm.
Is to promote culture as an engine for sustainable social and economic development of Africa and the Caribbean. Promote culture as an engine for sustainable social and economic development of Africa and the Caribbean. When you culture to promote sustainable social and economic development, that is the mission. Then our aim is to promote cultural and intercultural dialogue for peaceful inter-community relations. It is when we are at peace that we can talk of culture. It is when we are at peace that we can talk of tourism. If there's no peace, nobody will go out to say, I want to go for tourism. Then another area, when we talk of the vision now, is a long time.
Yes.
We've lost him. We've lost him right there. We're hoping that he'll come back before we just conclude and close. But then it's very exciting. It's very interesting in all the things that Honorable Kehinde said. Really, it is important for Africans to unite. It is important for us to actually start penetrating each other's countries, for us to learn from each other, because we Africans, but then we mostly don't know each other's culture, like each other's cultures, because we're having different cultures as Africans. I don't know what you think, guys.
And that's very true. I mean, earlier he mentioned a country like Zanzibar. You go to Zanzibar, the reason why it's one of the best places to be in Africa, it's also because of the people, how they treat you, how they're welcoming as well. And
Can you hear me now?
They wear their own. Oh,
Yes, we can hear you, sir. Yeah, thank you very much for coming back. We will still
you can continue, Honorable.
You can
Yes, I said the vision is to create a sense of brotherhood and collaboration among all people of Africa and the Caribbean descent. Brotherhood, because they are our brothers, they are our sisters.
Of course.
Then to promote lasting multicultural relationship between Africans and the Caribbeans. Multicultural.
Multicultural. I like that.
Multicultural.
I like that.
And to create an ideology that will last forever. Ideology, let's look at our history. The Caribbeans, how do they get to that place?
Yes.
These are some of the things we should look at. They are not white now. We need to study, how do they get to that place?
The history.
The history.
Of course.
And then when we look at the history, we now look at how do we integrate them back home. We are not saying you should come back to Africa, come and stay.
No.
Create a vibrant relationship.
Yeah.
That I can live, a man can leave South Africa and say, I want to go and marry in Trinidad and Tobago. And we will see a very beautiful lady to marry and bring back home.
Wow.
These are some of the things,
Like
intermarital, intercultural relationship that we can form. I think it will go a long way and help us a lot.
Even in terms of friendship as well, we need to have them as our friends, literally. I want Ayana to visit me one day in my home, and to get to tell us more about the Caribbean, or either way. But we need to have friendships. We need to develop that friendship.
I think on that, Ayala has a whole lot to do, because when we're talking of Afro-Caribbean, we will not be talking to Ayala alone.
Yeah.
Ayala should get like minds.
Please.
Young Caribbeans.
Yes.
Bring them on board.
Please.
Then let's bring our own people from Africa too. Then we form because like minds always think alike. Let's come together. I think it will go a long way.
Thank you so much.
And
then on that note,
can I just add something before you close, Bongi? You mentioned something about a South African man going to marry somewhere else. It's very hard for that to happen because it has been said that South African women are a tourist attraction on their own. We'll just leave it there.
But we have some of our brothers. They are married South Africans.
Yes, I know.
Yes. So let's have that intermarital relationship.
Absolutely.
I think it will help us a lot.
It will happen because, especially if we were to talk about South Africa, we women in South Africa don't mind. We don't like as long as there's love with women in South Africa. It's all about love. So when we if I were to go somewhere and maybe just that I'm married, I'm just making an example. Maybe my cousin who's not married would go somewhere in Caribbean can fall in love. So with us here, it's never a problem. That's why I'm saying relationships. If we can build those relationships, I'm telling you, we'll definitely unite. I can't wait. I'm excited already. I have cousins. I have a few cousins, of course. I have a few cousins that are still looking. So I'm kind of promoting them. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. As we are closing on that note, I want to say thank you, Honorable Kehinde. We'll still be with you because I know there's a lot that people might want to know. We can actually talk about food one day, about tourism and food, or maybe tourism and culture again, like literally talk about
Yeah.
it alone. You never know. We are still having you, and we are so honored as Clip Not TV in diaspora to have you to teach us and teach people out there who are watching. And I hope even more will watch one day, and we will still continue the topics and the topics that will actually build and help us all to unite as Africans. And from me as Bongi Latin, I just want to say goodbye. It was very nice. It was very exciting. It was very interesting as well to have you telling us all of that, and also the Caribbean culture as well, to bring it in. We will still know more because we have Ayana with us. And for me, it's just all goodbye. Guys, I know that you also want to say goodbye to the people.
Thank you.
Thank you.